Okay, first we're going to start by making the pizza crust dough. We're going to make this from scratch instead of using a prepackaged dough, because that's just better, and you know what's in it. We start by having 2 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a cup of milk. A very simple dough recipe. Using baking powder instead of yeast, we don't need to proof this dough. That means we don't have to let it sit and rise and check it and stuff, and again worry about overproof like that. Because with baking powder, the rising occurs during baking, not pre-baking as with yeast dough. Also, when I first used this pizza dough recipe at a concession stand in upstate New York, I discovered this dough is similar to the taste that is common in Sbarro's pizza. So if you like Sbarro's pizza, you'd like baking powder dough. If you like Domino's or Pizza Hut pizza, they use a yeast dough. So once you mixed up the ingredients, then you're gonna go ahead and still gonna knead it because you want to get some elasticity in the dough as well. So you're gonna knead the dough, and then once it turns out to have a nice feel for it, then you'll shape it into your pie, your pizza pie. Okay. What is the purpose of kneading dough? Kneading dough causes the structure of the bread to develop. It makes a web in the dough that allows the bread to rise and hold its shape. Generally, the more you knead the dough, the finer the grain of the finished bread. In this case, pizza crust. Kneading the bread dough helps form a more sticky and elastic dough. As dough is being kneaded, some of the sulfur molecules on proteins will oxidize and attach to other sulfur molecules on other proteins. This makes the proteins all start to stick to each other. The elastic network of proteins allows for trapping of gas bubbles inside the dough, making the fluffier bread we like to eat. In this case, pizza dough makes it fluffy. Also, is the purpose of kneading dough to incorporate air into the dough or to develop the gluten. Kneading dough helps to develop the gluten, which is a sugar. Now we're going to roll out the dough, and we just want to roll it out after you have kneaded it and it has a good texture. Helps it so it won't be a hard bread. You're going to roll it out into about a half-inch, quarter-inch, half-inch thickness there, to just under the size of your pizza plate. Remember, this is a baking powder dough. It will rise during baking. Now we're going to cook up some frozen sausage. Again, the sausage here is frozen. Instead of thawing it out, and the sausage is in a log type package, just using a sharp knife, we're able to cut off a quarter-inch piece. While we were cutting the sausage, we had already started to preheat our fry pan. So the pan will be hot when we put the sausage on. So the heat of the pan will go ahead and also thaw out and cook the sausage. We have a hot pan, and we're now going to cook our sausage. Since our sausage is frozen, it will take a little bit for the sausage to thaw out. So you want to make sure the pan is hot by doing the water test. When the sausage, and as the sausage heats up, you're able to break it into smaller pieces to be usable as a topping on the pizza. Using a metal spatula helps to break the sausage down easier into smaller pieces as it's thawing out on the fry pan. Okay, our sausage is cooked and we're now ready to assemble the pizza. We're first going to drain the sausage or soak up the excess grease on the sausage by patting the sausage between 2 paper towels. A tried old trick. Okay, thickening my tomato soup from my previous episode, I'm going to use my tomato soup as my sauce base, since it has the exact ingredients I want for a pizza sauce. So I'm going to spread that tomato sauce along my pizza crust. Again, leaving about maybe a ½ inch border around the side. Now I'm going to add my sausage topping first and just arrange it so there's sausage in every bite. Next I'm going to add my cheese topping. Here I'm using mozzarella shredded cheese. If you want to get a little tangy, you can actually try 3 type cheeses or a Mexican cheese blend. But here I'm doing a traditional mozzarella cheddar cheese. My pizza is now ready for the oven. I'm going to put it in the oven for 2 minutes at 450 degrees, then drop the temperature down to 425 for an additional 12 minutes.